Hey, this is Rayasnan. Thank you for being here. If you are passionate about human rights like me and want to have first-hand experience about global challenges, want to add bright star on your CV, or you are wondering about volunteer work you can do, so you are at the right place in the right time. Today I am going to talking about the Borjan Project. It is a moving organization. Purpose of this organization is to downsize the global poverty by manipulating the US foreign policy. Contents of our project, or you can say my today's presentation is, first thing is tell you about the volunteer opportunity you can have, what is this Borjan project, what outcomes Borjan project have achieved till now, and about donations flow and donation, how can you donate, how your donation work altogether. So let's start. In Borgen Project, you have multiple options to volunteer. Like you can be a editor in publications, you can be in a human resource department, journalism, non-profit, political affairs, or public relation and marketing volunteer, or become a writer for Borgen Project. I'm volunteering for the Borjan Protect Department of Public Relation and Marketing. Borjan Project only accept 5% of its candidate out of the all of applications. So you have to put a little effort while you're applying for the Borjan Project. At the end of the volunteer, they provide you letter of recommendation, which is a very prominent thing on your CV, and you will have a very global or inclusive experience. This is officially unpaid, and other thing is you can, this is a remote and flexible volunteer work. You have to work like 12 hours in a week. That's not much. Like you can work 3 hours a day or 2 hours a day all week, or you can work 3 days 4 hours each. So it's not a difficult volunteer program, but it's a really a bright star for your CV. So let me first introduce myself. My name is Rayasnan. I'm student of law at International Islamic University Islamabad. I'm a Borjan project for poverty reduction in Pakistan. As I mentioned, I'm a student of law. I'm in fourth year of my law undergraduate degree. I am climate change champion with Global Youth Climate Organization, a project of University of Oxford, under the department of, or under the project of Net Zero 2050. I am also enrolled in Aspire Leadership Program. It's a training program by Harvard Business School. I have also partnership of long mentorship with the Hispanic National Law Association. This was my brief introduction. Let's move on. So let's start from the beginning, the history of Borjan Project, how this noble organization came into being. I'm talking about in 1999, while working as a young volunteer in a refugee camp during the Kosovo War and genocide, the Clint Borjan, the founder of Borjan Project, recognized the need of an organization that focused on the US foreign policy in the form of aid to fight the poverty, global poverty. So after his graduation in 2003, the Borjan moves to the Alaska, and on his fish with one laptop, he founded this beautiful organization, the Borjan Project, which is by his name. So one man with a laptop and a budget that came from his Alaska paycheck has involved into a national campaign with a volunteer operation and across the borders as well. like I'm working from Pakistan. So let's understand what Borgen Project is. Before that, let me add something more about our founder. Clint Borgen is the founder and president of the Borgen Project, an organization working to bring U.S. political attention to the global poverty. He has also worked in the United Nations in Geneva. He's a former volunteer for the firefighters. He built this organization after his college degree. After moving on, let me tell you how this Borgen project operates. There are three methodology to operate for the Borgen project. The first is advocacy, other is mobilizing the masses, and the last one is educating the people. When it comes to advocacy, advocacy means the directors or board members or main team of the Borgen project contact the senators and representatives for both parties, Democrats and Republicans, USA, and put forward a bill or a legislation in Congress Assembly to be passed. And after that, the volunteer for Borgen project engage the masses like their relatives, their class fellows, or anybody else to call or email their representatives or senators. Just for a while, I want to tell you, in every state of USA, like there are 78 states, I think so, and each state there are one representatives and two senators. So what Borjan do is his volunteers contact the masses and educate about them and ask them to contact their representatives and senators to support that specific bill which Borjan's body of director propose in the Congress Assembly through their you can say Congress leaders on board Congress leaders. I will name them in upcoming slides. So, focus of the advocacy. Starving global food security is the focus of the advocacy. Newborn children are a focus of the advocacy. Mother survivals, access to clean water, sanitation, food aid reforms, and many more is the focus of the Borjan project. Let's move on. So let's talk about the outcome of the Borjan project till now. When it comes to the outcome, let me first tell you the governor of Washington DC, J, has sent a letter of appreciation to the Borjan project. So first of all, I'm going to mention the few legislation. Let me tell you, there are multiple of legislation which Borjan project has helped pass. I'm just listing few of them, or in short, three of them. First one is Global Malnutrition Prevention Act. What this do? It prevent and treat malnutrition around the globe, maintain multi-sectoral nutrition programs. It is for the nutrient supplements, breastfeeding, sport, vitamin A, supplementation, and many other sports. Borjan helped this pass in October 22nd, 2022. Other legislation is political impact save $1 billion in 2007. What happened in 2007? Congress decided to cut off health aid. Sorry for the noise. Health aid in 2007, $1 billion. Borjan project, by his advocacy, mobilization, and education, asked the masses to contact their leaders, representatives, senators through emails and calls, and ask them to not withdraw or take off this $1 billion. This amount might seem miscalculous and compared to the $120 billion that was allocated to the Iraq war that year. This accomplished 1.5 million people treated of malaria. Helping not to cut out this aid helped 1.5 million people treated out of malaria, 7.5 million out of AIDS, and about 800K of TB. The other one legislation is Malala Yousafzai Scholarship Act 2019. Malala is from Pakistan. She was shoot in her head by a terrorist. Then she moved to America and written a very wonderful book. She is fighting for women's right. So what this act or legislation do? This legislation act guarantees that U.S. aid after U.S. aid at least 50% of its merit and need-based scholarship program to the women through 1999, and along with this, 9% of the rate of this in education enrollment would be through Pakistan, and that 9% would be women. And any disadvantaged or help lift families or communities out of poverty, or you can say any marginalized community would be helped through this legislation. Let me share some quantitative progress of the Borgen project. Borgen project, when it comes to USA, just USA, it is in 48 states of USA. Around 77,000 emails are sent to the Congress till 2020. 10 million people visit borgenproject.org website. 93% US state senators are on board with the Borgen project, like I mentioned before. Around in 2020, 165 million people has been supported by the legislation Borgen project help us. For example, just let me tell you, there was legislation which board of director of Borgen project present in the Congress Assembly through their on board Congress persons or representatives, or you can say senators. The act was the READ Act. This act purpose of this act was to support educations. For this purpose, 263 million people around the youth around the globe have benefit from this. The Borgen project helped 9,000 emails to be sent to the Congress leaders around the US states, and 178 meeting in person with the representatives to pass this legislation. By moving on, let me introduce you my wonderful team. This is my public relation and marketing team. Jacob is my PR team manager. Kelly Hall is a senior program manager, and Lindsay Alexander is a Borgen chief of staff. Let's move on. So, after all of this success rate, you would be wondering, is this organization is registered, or how his financial matters are monitored. Let me tell you, it has been awarded a wonderful sale of transparency by GuideStar. If you don't know GuideStar, go search on Google. It's a wonderful organization which monitors the financial recordings of financial accounts. For just once, let me tell you, there are two outsider accountants who monitor the financial records. Then IRS is the Internal Revenue Services of United Nations, and the Department of Treasury, and which monitor these financial records. And Secretary of the State, Board of Directors, and the President itself monitor this. President of the Borgen Project itself monitor the financial records of the Borgen Project. By moving on, let me tell you my story. How I see donation is. I see donation as an energy transfer. I remember a very beautiful quote of Muhammad Ali. What a beautiful quote it is. The service you do for others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. So it's just gave me motivation. It just gave me a power to work for the people around me or facing challenges. So what this mean? This mean that like you have a energy, you can energy in sport of free time, in sport of some skill, in in sort of some money. So what we do, we will take that energy and without friction transfer it to the hand in need. This is what the donation as energy transfer means to me. Let's move on. So how, let me precisely again tell you how this all works. This is the actual help or actual translation Borjan help us. There was a water crisis around the globe, food insecurity around the globe. Africa was out of electricity and went into dark ages. There is a lack of education. What Borgen Project do? Borgen Project directors with the whole team hold meetings with the on-board Republicans and Democrat senators for support respective bills. They represent that bill into the Congress Assembly. After that, we come the volunteers. We advocate, mobilize, and educate the masses to support that legislation to their respective representatives or senators from their states. After that, what happens? The volunteer help themselves call and meet with the representatives along with the message to call and email the representatives. The bill passed by the name of following: the Water for the World Act, the Global Food Security Act, Electrify Africa Act, the READ Act. These are the all acts which Borjan Project helped passed from the Congress Assembly. Outcome of these act was 160 million people get supported by the bills Borjan helped pass in 2019, and with the help of the volunteer, which I mentioned, working in around 50 states, 930 countries, just in USA. Now it has expanded to UK and around the globe, and they're working very well. By moving on, just I have mentioned the wonderful achievements and wonderful methodology of doing things. I hope you would be impressed. Let's collectively give acknowledgement to our team. We have two congresspersons. The one is from Democrats, other is from Republican. Adam is from Democrats and Michael is from Republicans. Then there is a Vice President Kim and Senior Program Manager Amy. Let's move on. So we come to a conclusion. Let me precisely again repeat you what the Borjan project is. So conclusion. Actually, I am living in my hostel at university, so there may be some destructive voices behind. So please bear with me. So when it comes to conclusion, let me repeat precisely and concisely. Borjan appreciate your donation to the global poverty fight. The Borjan project is a 501c3 tax deductive. Let me repeat, tax deductive non-profit organization registered in the US Department of Treasury in Internal Revenue Services. It is based in Washington DC. You can contact at donors at borjanproject.org. You can call them if you are in USA. You can visit their office. Please do. Let me come to the mission of Borjan Project. Our mission statement is fighting for the underdogs. The Borjan Project believes that the leaders of the most powerful nations on earth should be doing more to address the global poverty. We are the innovative national campaign that is working to make poverty a focus of USA policy. Now I have mentioned that it is working abroad too, and it has spread to UK. So why donations? Like in this process, where the donation come from? The why we need the donation. So let me tell you, we have a permanent staff which is a board of directors or persons who are continuously in contact with the representatives and senators for new challenges, for new legislations. So they have a travel expenses, they have other related expenses to, in context of legislation, in publicity, in context of office rent or many other things connecting to our engagements. Along with this, we have a publication department to deal the publication department with quality and without any plagiarism. We have paid editors to go through every publication. Along with this, we have a managers who take care of their respective teams. Like I'm a P in PR and marketing team, so my manager will be looking out me throughout the volunteer programs and my doings and helping me out. He is too paid in a letter form, but in all of these cases and many others, connecting not directly paid, but connecting resources would need donations to work equally or in a flow. So, what is the name of my volunteer program? The project I am volunteering is in PR and marketing, I mentioned before. My work is of campaigning for fundraising, event management in Pakistan, uh, campaign for branding, along with this a lot of other activities, engage with people, spread the message, awareness, or many of the things I am doing all together every day. So one of thing is fundraising. So I name my fundraising campaign as $1 per venti. So as I mentioned before, I truly believe in this quote that service you do for others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. So I want everyone to donate at least $1 and contribute this noble global mission. I will paste the fundraising or donating link in my description. Please go there and donate at least $1. And if you cannot donate money, or if you do donate, in both cases you can also contribute this global purpose in like 30 ways. There are multiple ways or more than 30 ways. Just send me a hello in my DM. At the end, I will provide you with my number and my emails. Please do. If you need if any information, you're confused about Borgen project, you want to internship in Borgen project, whatever you have a question about regarding the Borgen project, please do. By moving forward, this is my flight donor. So it says per renti $1. This is my campaign. This is the logo of the world, and then there is a picture of sustainable development group, which for most purpose is to end poverty. Out of like 17 or many others are like educations are included in that, but the very first is to end poverty. So please do donations. Use the following link. The link is on your screen too. I will paste it in my description. Thank you for hearing me. This is a wonderful time meeting you. If you want to contact Borgen Project, I have mentioned their contact and place to visit, and I have also given my email and mobile number. Please do contact me. Thank you for hearing me. See you. If you have any question again, I'm saying please do message me. I will respond to it in the meantime.